The old name is a hollow frame. Ember whispers in the long dark. I breathe the wind in the tall grass.
Welcome, my friends. Today I want to talk about something deeply personal, the journey inward. This is the path that leads not outward into the noise and distractions of the world, but inward into the profound mystery of who and what we truly are. This journey inward is a deep psychological experience. Some of us enter it willingly, with our eyes open and our hearts ready. Others, like myself, are dragged into it, kicking and screaming, completely unwilling. It's only later, sometimes much later, that we might look back and call it a spiritual experience. But that kind of understanding, that clarity, usually comes only with time and reflection. If you think about it, the body you inhabit is not just your own. It is the culmination of your parents and their parents and their parents before them, stretching all the way back through a chain of human ancestors that began hundreds of thousands of years ago. You may be 30, 45, or 60 years old in this lifetime, but the biological blueprint, the very essence that makes up your body, is ancient. And if we look even deeper, beyond our human lineage, we find something even more incredible. The elements that form your body, the carbon, the iron, the water, the air, are the exact same elements that make up our planet Earth, the distant stars, and the entire universe. We are, quite literally, made of stardust. We are the stuff of the cosmos. So when we talk about this psychological experience, this turning inward, what we really talking about is our own consciousness, our personal awareness of time and space, turning back toward that mysterious, timeless source of life that resides deep within us. It's a journey home. Today I want to explore what I've come to see as the three primary paths of this journey inward. Each one is different, yet they all lead to the same destination. The first path is perhaps the most well-known throughout history, the Master and the Seeker. For millennia, people who have felt a deep, inner calling have sought out a teacher, a guide, a master who could show them the way. The journey is never easy. Some spiritual traditions say it may take many lifetimes to complete. Those who are drawn to this path often feel a silent voice calling from within, a persistent craving for something more, something that can't be satisfied by ordinary knowledge or worldly success. A good master doesn't just hand you a map. They give you direction at first, some general guidance to get you started on the right foot. But very quickly the journey becomes deeply personal. The master starts to focus on the student's unique strengths and weaknesses, their individual character, their fears, and their potential. They shape the path to fit the soul of the seeker. This is why no two journeys on this path are ever the same. Each one is uncharted territory, an intimate and sometimes lonely exploration of the self. But it's also profoundly exciting, filled with discovery at every turn. You are not just following in someone else's footsteps. You are forging your own way, with a wise guide lighting the path just a few steps ahead. The second path is one I learned about from some of my dear Native American friends. It's a powerful and ancient ritual, one given to them through their spiritual traditions. It's called crying for a vision. In this practice, a person who is seeking guidance, someone who wishes to help their people find their true purpose in life, or receive a deep spiritual healing, goes to a sacred place in nature. There, for 4 days and 4 nights, they fast from food and water. They pray and cry out to the spirits of their ancestors, to the Creator, to grant them a vision. The number 4 is sacred in many Native American cultures. It represents the 4 directions, the 4 seasons, the 4 stages of life. Of course, in other cultures, numbers have different meanings, but we can talk about that another time. One of my friend's uncles, who eventually became a great and respected healer in his community, made many of these journeys to the mountain. He went year after year, crying for his vision. It took him years of unwavering devotion and humility before his vision was finally granted to him. His persistence, his willingness to show up again and again with an open heart, that was his offering to the spirits. This path is about deep surrender, profound trust, and the courage to ask for help from the unseen world. The third path is the one I walked unwillingly. It is a path that many cultures around the world still believe in, the path of the chosen one, the one who is waiting to be born. On this path, The individual doesn't choose the journey chooses them. Nature, in her mysterious and infinite wisdom, has already selected someone who is destined to be born with a special calling, a unique purpose. It's not something they earn or ask for. It's woven into the fabric of their being from the moment they arrive in this world. At the right time, when the moment is perfect, this person will be tested. Life will throw challenges at them that seem insurmountable. They will be pushed to their absolute limits, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. If they pass these tests, if they can endure the trials and integrate the lessons, they rise to a level of greatness they never thought possible. They become a force for good, a beacon for others. But if they fail, if they resist the transformation or break under the pressure, they may lose themselves completely. It's a path of incredibly high stakes. I was one of those who was dragged in, kicking and screaming. I didn't understand what was happening to me. I fought the pain, the confusion, and the profound transformation that was happening inside of me. It felt like my entire world, my entire identity was being torn apart. But I learned a powerful lesson. In the end, nature always wins. You cannot fight the current of your own destiny. I survived that ordeal, and I'm here now to tell my story and to share what I've learned. These, my friends, are only glimpses of the known paths inward. Each one is rich with its own stories of glory and danger, of surrender and awakening, of despair and ultimate triumph. And somewhere out there, one of these paths might be calling to you. Perhaps you feel the pull to find a teacher. Perhaps you feel the need to go into nature and cry out for your own vision. Or perhaps life is already testing you in ways you don't yet understand. Part of the journey is simply discovering which path is yours. Thank you for listening to episode 1, The 3 Paths. If any of this spoke to you, I invite you to take a quiet moment for yourself today. Just find a peaceful spot, close your eyes, and breathe. Simply listen inward without expectation or judgment. The path may already be unfolding right beneath your feet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.